if America is so multiracial, multicultural, why is everything from a Eurocentric point of view?
That's right.
Tell us that.
Go ahead, get yourself.
Why must you force on people of color European view, European culture? And if we accept that as the norm and bow down to that, then we become Europeanized or whiteized, black people, brown people, red people, yellow people. Then you accept us as the freaks that we become. Suppose you have to destroy their culture, their religion, their God, their way of life, and then impose upon them your way, and then you say you have civilized them.
Hello, brothers and sisters. Now, God has answered black prayers, and white America is seeing strange things at the moment. Now, most of the people in the United States of America, white people, went ahead to vote for the orange man. Things are happening which are very crazy, and most of them are crying out to the black community for help. Now, Louis Farrakhan has been saying that a time will come when they will come to you seeking for help. But you should realize it is at that time you should all unite. Let's watch this video, then have a really quick discussion at the end of it. Thank you so much.
I don't want to be white. You can't fault me for not wanting to be white. I want to be what I am. And you should want me to be who and what I am, and respect me for who and what I am as I respect you for who and what you are. The problem is that Europeans, when they conquer darker people, they're not satisfied with the culture, the religion, the God, the language of the darker people. Then I'm going to treat you right. And if I treat you right, you're going to love me, because it's righteousness that produces love. Now let me talk to you hypocrites. You want love, but you don't want to qualify to earn it. Who the hell are you that you think you deserve unconditional love? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm talking to white folks now. I'm being specific. You got a hell of a nerve. You got a hell of a nerve. Let me walk a little bit. Talk. Look. Wait a minute. Listen. If you set up a right relationship with God, then when you look at me and you see my black skin, really not too black, because some of your people been into mine. It's all right. And you didn't marry him either. See, when you set up a right relationship with God, then you love for your brother what you love for yourself. And you treat others the way you want to be treated. But if in your psychology you believe that as a white person you are better than anybody that is of a darker hue, then you don't feel justified in treating them the way you want to be treated, then how do you deserve to be loved? Love is not given, it is earned. It is earned by righteous conduct. I'm going to prove my point.
Come on.
Some of you don't like your own mothers. Some of you don't like your fathers. Some of you don't like your own sisters and brothers that came from the same womb. Why you don't like each other? Because at the root of love is righteousness. And when you don't treat one another right, your relationships break down. Even if you're dealing drugs, why you kill your fellow drug dealer? Because you say, you didn't treat me right. I gave him the drugs, and he went out and sold the drugs and didn't turn the money in. He didn't treat me right. Stole my money. I killed him. I went out and bought me some drugs. I thought I had good stuff. The man cut it so weak I couldn't even get high. So I looked for that chunk. And when I saw him, I blew him away. See, ain't no spiritual relationship with God there. You're functioning on the lowest level, but still right is sitting right in it. You didn't treat your fellow criminal right. See that? A pimp and a whore relationship. All right, whore. You bring all the money home. You understand? And I'll give you what I want you to have. You my whore. Excuse me for sounding vulgar. I'm talking about relationship. Pimp, whore have a relationship. She working hard, she takes some of the money and hides it because she ain't getting enough. The pimp finds out she's hiding the money, holding the money. He said, whoa, bow. He goes upside her head, give me the money. He pulls her, and all the money fall out, and he whoops her. What you whoop her for? Because we had a relationship. And she didn't treat it right. She was supposed to bring it all home, and she took some of it, so I whooped the hell out of her. And that's a hell of a thing. But that's a pimp-whore relationship. And you in a pimp-whore hustling relationship because you ain't got a right relationship with your creator. See, look, brother, I'm talking to politicians now. You see, when you want favor, you want to vote, then the boys downtown, the boys that control the gambling here, shit, they the boss. That means you gonna play ball, we're gonna get rid of you. So you start a pimp-whore relationship. Now, many of our politicians are little whores, you know it, and I know it, and they know it. You take money from corporate America, you take money from the big boys, and you do the big boys' bidding when the big boys didn't put you in office. The people put you there, but you don't serve the people. You serve the interests, those special interests. Huh?
Yeah.
Pimp-whore relationship.
That's right, brother minister.
You can be free of all those kind of relationships.
Uh-huh.
When you set up a right relationship with God. See, and that's why people don't like Farrakhan. Because I ain't no whore.
That's right.
And I ain't no pimp.
No, sir.
You can't buy me.
No, sir.
And you can't scare me. because I got a relationship with him who can kill it all. So I really don't give a damn how much you don't like me. I'm not going to bow down to you. That's all. And because I won't bow down and not going to bow down, because don't none of you look like God to me. We got to get rid of him. He's dangerous. Dangerous to who and to what? Dangerous to the pimps that got you like whores. Dangerous to the people that have hustled you in your ignorance. Dangerous to the people who don't want you to have a right relationship with God so that you could get on the right foot with your mother, with your father, with your sister, with your brother. See, once you set up a right relationship with God, then out of that flows all relationships. Then what is my relationship to my mother? And what should be your relationship to your mother? The Bible says, honor your mother and father, that your days may be long in the land which the Lord your God giveth you. The Quran says, reverence the womb that bore you. So how can you call a woman a bitch? How can you do that? How can you do that? And how can you as a woman refer to yourself as a bitch? You sick. You don't have a right relationship with God and call yourself a bitch. Dog. God spelled backward is dog.
That's right.
And when you have gone backward from God, then you will call yourself a bitch. And when you call your female, your women bitches, then who are you but the son of a bitch? I'm not cussing. I'm not cussing. I'm showing you your language. Your language shows a wrong relationship with your female.
That's right.
Because you got a wrong relationship with God. Your language shows a wrong relationship with your female.
That's right.
Because you got a wrong relationship with God. Or no relationship with God at all. Because when you got a right relationship with God, you respect and honor women. I'm going to say it again. When you have a right relationship with God, you respect and you honor women. You can't say you're a good Muslim and you're a woman, you don't want her in the mosque. The hell are you doing? She's the teacher of your children. What can she teach them if she's not allowed to learn the Quran even as much or better than you? Because when you got a wise woman, you got wise children. It's a fool who mistreats women. So that woman is shaping you in her womb. And she can make that child hate you or love you. If you got sense, you honor your woman. You respect her.
That's right.
You hold her up high. Oh, Farrakhan, now that's not Islam. It ain't? Let me quote something to you. most of these people that profess to know Islam don't know a damn thing. In Surah Al-Maryam, the 19th chapter of the Quran, Allah talks about the mother of Jesus. And he says she was a woman honored above all women in the world. And the angels were arguing with each other over which one would have charge over Mary. See that? She had a high place with the angels. And not only did she have a high place with the angels, she had a high place with God.
That's right.
Because God told the angels to reveal to her that she was going to have a child. And she said, how can I have a child? And I have never been unchaste. And Allah said, that is easy for me. All I have to say is be, and it is. Listen to the words of the Quran. And Allah said, and we sent her our spirit.
That's right.
And it appeared unto her in the form of a well-made man.
Yes.
So here's a man coming with flesh and blood, but in that man was God's own spirit. That's what God thought of Mary. And she brought forth on the earth Esau, Ibn Maryam, Al-Masih, Jesus, the son of Mary, the Messiah. What kind of man was Jesus? Some Christians don't think Muslims believe in Jesus. What kind of man was Jesus? Jesus was such a righteous child that the Christians say he's God's son. Wait, Muslims don't speak like that. The Muslim says, no, God has no son. But the Christians say God had a son. And the Muslims say, wait, God don't have no son. So they argue and they fight. But we're not going to argue and we're not going to fight.
That's right. That's right.
Because both are right if it's understood. Now let's see what we're talking about. Paul said, I think it's in the book of Romans. Paul said, Jesus, listen, was the seed of David according to the flesh.
That's right.
But he was declared to be the Son of God according to the Spirit of holiness. Let's stop right there. Now, everybody all right?
Yeah.
Look. My daddy, I'm his seed according to the flesh.
Right.
But if my father were alive right now, he wouldn't even recognize me. My mama, before she passed away, she knew that something was strange about her son. She gave birth to my flesh. She didn't give birth to my mind and my spirit. So Jesus was the seed of David according to the flesh, but only God can father you into the spirit of righteousness and holiness. You can't pass that on in your seed. God has to father that. So in that spiritual sense, he was the Son of God.
That's right. Yeah, that's right.
But God didn't slip around in Palestine getting virgin girls pregnant.
That's right. That's right.
Did he?
No, sir.
Because if he slipped around and did it, how could he judge us? And you know we've been slipping around doing it. No. Jesus had a father according to the flesh. But that which made Jesus Jesus came directly from God. The Quran said he opened the eyes of the blind by God's permission. He made the deaf hear and the dumb speak by God's permission. He raised the dead to life by God's permission. He even took some clay and formed it into the form of a bird and then breathed on it, and it became a bird by God's permission. The Messiah is a man on earth, born of a woman, but God's Spirit is in him, acting through him. So God is in him, acting through him, and he's doing the work of God, but he's a man born of a woman. Can you prove it, Farrakhan? Oh, yes, sure.
Sir. Oh, yeah.
Who can open the eyes of the blind except God? Who can make the deaf hear and the dumb speak except God? Who can raise somebody from a dead level and stand them up on a living perpendicular? That's God's work. His attribute is the raiser of the dead, the giver of life. Huh?
Yes, sir.
Al-Ba'id. So when a man does that, that's not that man, that's God working in that man, through that man, for the benefit of men and women. And so we say God is present when that kind of man is in the world. God is in the world in that man.
Yeah. Teach your people.
All right. Now we can wrap this up. I know you all got to go to work in the morning.
That's all right.
Now listen. I'm going to close it, but I don't want nobody to move. What time is it? Oh, we got 10 more minutes. It's 9:45. Oh, I got 15 minutes. Good. Can you hang with me for 15 minutes? Thank you. All right, let's close it out. Let's close this out. Look, once you have a right relationship with God, you have a right relationship with your female. That means the institution of marriage is set up then on a right basis. I'm not marrying you out of lust. Oh, baby, you got beautiful hips, you got beautiful lips, you got beautiful eyes, you got beautiful hair. Ooh. But if your hips change, will his love change too? Look, when you set up a right relationship with the female, and marriage, as Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, is one half of faith. I wish I had time to just explain what I believe from my study this means. It's a very big thing. Marriage is big, 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 big with God. And God hates divorce. He doesn't want you to divorce one another, but if you just fall out of love with one another, then he will permit it, but he doesn't like it. Because if your relationship is right with God, you can get it right with your mate. Now look, I'm just going to hit this quick.
Yeah.
the
Hello, brothers and sisters. I really hope you're all doing fine from wherever you are watching me from. Now, I've been talking a lot about this one guy called Louis Farrakhan. I know most of the people do not agree with whatever he has been saying over the years, but I've only picked whatever is very important for you and me to listen to and for you and me to learn from. Now, Louis Farrakhan came to the limelight. He came to the light when they had taken out one of the most important leaders that we had at the moment, when they took out Malcolm X, and later on they came and took out Martin Luther King Jr. Now, these were the most vibrant leaders who came out to say no to the oppression that was happening to the black people by that time. Now, let it be remembered, by 1960s and 1950s to 1970s, the black movement had not caught fire because the movement lacked a leader, and it is during this time that the likes of Martin Luther King Jr. and Malcolm X came out so that they could talk on the behalf of the black community which was being oppressed. It must be remembered that the Jim Crow laws were made to alienate the black community from the rest of the world and from the rest of the people they lived with. Now, I really appreciate the fact that we've had someone who has been talking about the truth. I do not care about the stories that have been said about him, but I want to take the most privileged time and analyze some of the things that this man has been talking about over the years. It must be remembered that Louis Farrakhan has been talking about the mass incarceration of the black community, that most people are losing it in the black community, and they are being taken to jails. They are being imprisoned for whatever they didn't do. That most black community have found themselves doing drugs that have been brought to them by the same system that wants them are taken to jails and prisons. Now, he has been arguing out that this is done so that they can demoralize and they can continue dividing and selling fear to the black community. Let it be remembered that police brutality has taken good part of it, that most of the black community have found themselves being aggressive because of how they are being treated. They have gained resistance over time, that most of them are now being called aggressive, but in real sense, it is the environment, it is the country they live in, it is the people they associate in. If you are born in a society that has rejected you, even when you knew nothing, you haven't done anything, but the state rejected them earlier, and for this one reason, for them to survive, they saw it good to start resisting, because you can't just sit and watch someone harass you or someone say some bad things to you. There were some bad names, even that those that were signed to them, but they did turn around those names and made some fun out of it, including being called nigger and the rest of it, So, brothers and sisters, we should realize that a lot has happened over the years, and getting a person who could stand for the black community was a problem. And when we had people like Louis Farrakhan coming out, most of the people doubted if he was going to do this by himself. Most of the people have been sold fear. It must be remembered that when people like Khalid Mohammed started talking, we saw all types of magazines starting to write bad about him. They picked the negative and the bad side of him, and they took it to the public. This is whatever they have been doing over the years, that whenever a black leader will arise or a black minister will arise, they'll make sure they shut him or they buy him. Look at the state of the black community. Go look at the state of our leaders right now. Most of them are being voted in, but with zero interest of the people. They go and dine with the same people who enslaved their grand or their ancestors. So for this one reason, most of the black people feel betrayed by the same leaders they have voted. How many times has Louis Farrakhan called out leaders who he feels, or the black community feels like they are not working for them? You are not elected to work for black community, but you are elected to oversee the interests and to protect your people from brutality. Why are you elected if you cannot come out and speak about police brutality, about harassment, about segregation that has happened over the years? Where were the black leaders that are claiming now that they were the frontliners of everything that has happened over the years in the black community? When Jim Crow laws were being passed and there was no one to talk about them. When we had Martin Luther King, where were they to support the guy? When we had Malcolm X, where were they to support him? I really pity for us, the black community, because everything that is being done today, somehow someone failed to do whatever they were supposed to do. It is very sad that we're talking about ourselves, and the fact that we've never united since Martin Luther King, Malcolm X started talking about this. A lot of black leaders have talked about the unity of Africa and the black Americans or the diaspora, but have we united? We haven't. All we do is get to listen to the lies that have been told about us. All we get to listen to is the history that was taught to us and which has not belonged to us ever since. A history that was scripted somewhere else with someone to come and be lied to you. You have been sold a history that is not yours. You should understand that. And I take this chance to appreciate the leaders who have come out to express their anger on issues or on the things that the diaspora has failed to address on the black community. I've seen a lot of them talking about reparations. We've had leaders that we considered black, the likes of Kamala Harris, the likes of the other guy, Barack Obama. But have they done whatever it was supposed of them to the black community? When do you want justice? If you can't get justice even when your own is holding the biggest office in the land. So where and who do you expect to give you justice? Do you expect to get justice from someone who has opposed you over the years? Do you want to tell me that there is justice coming for you when everyone who opposed you is now holding the biggest political seat or political position in the world? So, brothers and sisters, let's transact and let's be very careful. Let's be very careful. Louis Farrakhan has been talking on the black atrocities, and he has been encouraging the black people to seek reconnection and self-determination, He has been saying that we, the black community, we should reconnect with our history. And we should be very self-determined on whatever we want and wherever we want to reach. I feel like a lot of us have lost the direction on the way. And we no longer speak the same language. Everyone has chosen his or her own path. And everyone is heading his or her own direction. How are we going to fight the controversies and the criticism that has come, or those that have surfaced, if we are not united? A lot of things have been done. Alienation, segregation. But if we are not united, and our potential will only be realized when we are together. Mark my words, when we are together. Louis Farrakhan has been talking on the white supremacy and global imperialism that has taken place over time and over the years. Lest we forget that this is the guy who has done a lot for us. And this is the guy who has continued to do whatever is good for the people. And he has been so good on whatever he does. The consistency of talking about the same thing for years. I get to understand. The black community has always appreciated a leader after their demise. We've never appreciated leaders who are alive. We only realize that they were very helpful and important to us when they leave. So reparations is a very big matter at the moment. And as much as we say the God of blacks has answered our prayers, as much as we say that God has punished every white American or white people who took part in whatever atrocities were committed against the black community, we must also realize we have a responsibility. We can't just continue be saying these things, but we do little to ourselves. We do little to see ourselves uniting. We do nothing for us to stay together and fight the systematic racism and the institutional oppression that has happened over the years. We are so much separated. We are so much divided. And the legacy of slavery and its impact will forever remain in our lineage if we do not change our ways. Now, we've been talking about bringing Africa and the diaspora together for us to realize a maximum potential. You realize who is opposing this? The black community. Some of the black community do not even recognize themselves as Africans. Some of them do not even want to be called black. The biggest manipulation that was done to us is for you to think that you are inferior, is for you to think that you need to be like someone else. You know, brothers and sisters, I'm not a very good student of ranting, but it comes a time when we all want to unite and when we all want everything that is good to happen to us. Let's not forget where we are coming from and where we are heading from, or where we are heading to. It has been a long journey. Still, the journey continues. Thank you so much for having taken the time to watch this video. I really appreciate. If it's your first time on this channel, please consider subscribing, sharing, and continue commenting on these videos. Adios.